And welcome back to Dragon Ball Z. What if? What if Goku and Broly went to Earth and were raised as brothers? Part 5. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Frieza didn't have a good go on Namek. Due to his shenanigans and clever thinking on Nail's part, he basically wished the entire lot of them off the planet and unable to find planet Namek after the fact. However, Vegeta, being the conniving little prick at that time in the series that he was, decided, well, perhaps I'm interested in the idea that there might be some Dragon Balls on Earth, Lord Frieza. Ooh, really? And so he convinced Frieza to go to Earth. Now, on the way there, Nappa and Vegeta are just like, you don't know that. What are you planning, Vegeta? You don't know if there are any Dragon Balls on Earth. We don't know for certain, but they had an Namekian. No, wait, no, Piccolo's not there. But either the best way to. But Frieza doesn't know that. Either way, either they kill Frieza or Frieza kills them. Either way, it's a win-win for us. And then we'll plan our next move from there. Yeah, not a bad plan at all, Vegeta. I know. And so they're on Earth, which King Kai picks up and is like, no, this is not good, not good. Kami, it's me, King Kai. It's like, oh, King Kai, how are you? It's like, not good. You need to get the Z Fighter Saiyans, they're warriors of your planet. You need to get them available post haste quickly. It's like, why? What's wrong? What's wrong? Frieza's coming. He's coming. And so King Kami basically gets in contact with everyone on Earth, the Z Fighters that show up. Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, Chaozu, Goku, and Broly. And they explain, hearing through King Kai, because they've never been to King Kai's, that Frieza's coming. Now, they do know of Frieza, thanks to Broly's vague memory and a little bit they learned from Vegeta. But they do know of Frieza and know that his power is no joke. This is the guy who wiped out their planet. And yes, I'm sure they would have learned that through, certain channels, especially King Kai. And if nothing else, King Kai could have easily told them this fact. It's like, how long do we have before he gets here? Given his location and the strength of his ship's engines, a week at most. A week? How did even Krillin say? How the hell are we gonna be able to train and get strong enough to take this guy on in a week? And both Broly and Goku kind of just look at each other, like, And they look at Kami, he's like, you're sure you want to go down this route, Goku? And Broly, there'll be no going back. You two only have one other time in the chamber. They may be able to have multiple, but still. Wait, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, what's going on here? And they explain that one of the reasons they got so strong after, training with Kami was this room, the hyperbolic time chamber. They can get a year's worth of training in one day. It's intense in there in terms of training and the conditions. So, really, we can eat you. However, there's a limit. You can only go in there twice in a lifetime. Which, by the way, I don't think they ever really explain why there was that limitation initially. Obviously, Dende and Popo reworked it so that was no longer a factor. And only 2 people can go in at once, though, because there's only enough supplies that restock immediately after the fact for 2 people at a time, which is all well and good. So they decide, Goku and Broly decide, we're going to go last. Don't worry, we'll be fine. You guys go in and get your first, at least get your first few times. We'll stay out here and, just keep working on stuff and keep trading. So, Chaozu and Tien both agree to go in first. They spend their day in there and they come out. Power-wise, and I'm going to be honest, I'm now blanking on where I had Tien as of the last one. So, but that said, I'm going to do an arbitrary number here. 10 times, a full year at 10 times gravity. It's easily more than 10 times power boost. Probably going to put it more closer to around a 50-ish time. Not 50, what am I talking about? 20-ish time? That would actually be good because he's got to deal with that Chaozu's just not as strong as he is, and that hinders his growth. Chaozu, meanwhile, is not a martial artist so much as a psychic who can fight immediately. I think Chaozu being at 10 is very reasonable. Full 10,000. Tien, I think I will put him somewhere in the neighborhood of about a 50,000, a 50K. Well, no, hold on, no. No, I'm sorry. Again, I forgot I ran his number. Around 100K. I think that's more than reasonable, which puts him right around Broly's base right now, and puts him stronger than Goku. But both of them have transformations they can fall back on. Then Krillin and Yamcha go in, do their training, come out. They're definitely a bit on because they were closer in strength with each other and could definitely push each other more. They probably got more benefits out of the chamber than even like Tien did. I would not be surprised to have Krillin be at a time like around 200 grand, whereas Yamcha definitely is not anywhere near as strong. He's still also probably pushing about 100 grand. Same with Tien. And then basically they say that you only have, Krillin and Yamcha, and he's like, are you guys gonna go in here? Well, that's up to you. Do you want to go in the remaining time, or remaining other time? And they're discussing. He's like, we could benefit from it, but if this might be the only, we won't be able to go back in there, right, Kami? That is correct. So they have to weigh their options. Krillin, Goku, and Broly are making the option this will be our last time in the chamber. You guys gotta be sure if that's what you want. And Krillin and Yamcha, they feel powerful. They've gotten powerful, and so has Tien. Even Chaozu's gotten improved. Ultimately, I think Krillin's just I think we'll save it just in case. And Tien, I think, basically decides we might decide to go in there one more time. And so they go in for the last day. Everyone's kind of just training, doing the best they can. And, they spend their time in there again. And unfortunately, it's not, the training Tien does is not the best training Tien could be doing. It's actually been widely established, not necessarily by the creators, but by a lot of people who kind of, break down power levels and break down the characters and stuff like that. Because he trains with Chaozu, who's so much weaker than him, he's not challenging himself as well as he should. And I think it would show here. He'd still get stronger, but honestly, I don't even know if you would be able to get a ×2 out of him in this case. Well, I say that, but we saw just how strong Vegeta, and even on his own Vegeta, could get. I'd say Chaozu could bump up to a 30,000. Tien, because he'd also be training on his own too. He'd be pushing himself still. Maybe a $250,000. He would be stronger than Krillin, though it would not be by a huge margin. Krillin could give him a good fight still. And so eventually Goku and Broly go into the time chamber for their last go. And here they're now pushing their powers to their limit. Goku is training with the Super Saiyan form. Broly is training with his Akari form. They keep clashing back and forth. Ultimately, they're pushing each other to their limits. In there, Goku is learning. I think Goku in that year's time chamber would actually learn the perfected Super Saiyan form. Which, here's the thing about the perfected Super Saiyan form, and I get it that everyone wants to do calculations that it's stronger than normal Super Saiyan. It's more than the 50 times multiplier. How? Everyone I hear explains it in basically fan mathematic terms without actually going into, in series how it is stronger. Because Super Saiyan 2 is is twice as strong as Super Saiyan. But the Super Saiyan that, Goku and Gohan and Vegeta ultimately turn Super Saiyan 2 from is allegedly this stronger than normal Super Saiyan. The way I have always interpreted it, and I will continue to interpret it, regardless of what anyone says in the comments, and I'm not trying to be a dick this way, but it just bugs me sometimes. Where are you guys getting this stuff? Is that what it was? Is that they were able to basically maintain perfect ki control, or at least high quality ki control in the Super Saiyan form. They were able to maintain it as a base form. Treat it like a base form. They could just walk around casually in it. They still had to transform into the form as we see later on in the series. So it is still transforming into Super Saiyan. It's just that they can control their power now in Super Saiyan. Similar to Super Saiyan Blue is basically just a ki-controlled Super Saiyan God that's on a higher power level. Goku can actually control the level of power he's outputting in Super Saiyan Blue very effectively. That's why he was able to go toe-to-toe with Krillin. He was holding back a lot. That's why he even said I believe, if he said I went Super Saiyan Blue so I wouldn't accidentally, do too much damage against 17 because he can't control his ki output very well in Super Saiyan 3 or even God Ki, but with Blue he can. Similar premise with the Super Saiyan that they ultimately obtain in the Time Chamber at that point. Again, this is my interpretation, but this is the interpretation I go with. But Goku basically just learns to harness his ki better. Broly is learning to try to harness his Akari better, and it's resulting in some weird shit with Broly. Because as he's trying to maintain the Akari form, just kind of meditate like Goku's doing and the ki control, he's finding it it's actually doing the reverse. The more he tries to just stay calm, the more he's almost going into what's like a Saiyan rage. And he even starts at one point to transform, despite the fact there's no moon. Now, this is me fan conjecturing a little bit here because Akari is just a form we've only seen the one time, and he's a form that normally we've only seen with the same with his tail. So that I'm going by my logic, and he's starting to and he's getting trying to. It's like Broly, calm down, and they clash again. Except Broly's now kind of going berserk a little bit, and he's starting to go. It's starting to look like he's going grade A a bit. Just. Broly! Goku! And finally Goku just boom! And just knocks him out. It's like, what was that? And as he wakes up, he's like, I don't know. It's just like the ape was welling within me. I don't know what it was, Goku. It's like, well, we'll figure it out. And so time passes in the chamber. They finally get out. At this point now, they've been training hardcore. Goku and Goku is now has full that perfected Super Saiyan form, so he can just kind of stay in there if he wants to. He's not going to, but he could. In terms of power, remember we had Broly at 100 grand and Goku at 60 because of just how much training they were doing in there. And Goku was still weaker than Broly in base, but Goku's Super Saiyan form made up for that, which helped with Broly's training as well. I would easily put Goku now probably at his Namek power level at minimum. Broly, because Broly was struggling with his training, I'll put him just a tad bit weaker now at 2.5. Goku is now officially stronger than Broly. For now. So the gang, prepares, and there's only a couple days left. They spend the time with their families. Maybe have a family dinner, explain what's going to happen. It's like, don't worry, son. We're going to be okay. But Dad, it's like, no, but it's all right. Go on, Uncle Broly. Are you sure? It's like, yep. Don't worry, kid. Don't worry, son. We'll be fine. Daddy, you too, Trunks. We'll be fine. It's like, and Bulma just looks at me. You be careful, you guys. It's like, and she gives them a kiss goodbyes as this Chi-Chi, and they fly off and meet with the gang, and they sense where Frieza's ship is coming from, so they anticipate it. Kind of flex a little bit of power to get him to go to a location in middle of nowhere. Frieza comes out. They land and the gang comes out and say, so this is Earth. My, how depressing. Yes, we thought the same thing. Say, well, you go. And to which, I can see Krill's like, well, you guys keep landing in a desert, so of course it's not going to look the best. And who said that? The bald one or the other bald one? Or the other bald one? How do I have hair now? Because one hair. Mostly bald one. So, you're the Saiyans I've heard about who escaped. Oh, well, I congratulate you for surviving the destruction of your planet. But I'm really not here for you right now. Although, if you'd like to rejoin my ranks, I am looking for some strapping young men to be joining the Frieza Force. We have jackets and good dental. We're not here. We're here to stop you from taking our planet. Oh, really? Well, that's quite interesting. But I'm not really here for your planet. I'm here for something called I'm here for your. What are they called again? Oh yes, Dragon Balls. I'm told there might be some on this planet. And to which they're like, how the hell did you find out about the Dragon Balls? To which Vegeta actually like, so they do have Dragon Balls on this planet. Interesting. I told you, didn't I tell you, Lord Frieza? I never lie to you. No, you did not, Vegeta. Oh, how joyful! But I still have to do a little bit of. I still have to poach this planet of some monkeys. So if you're unfortunately, if you're not going to give it to me willingly, I'll have to just beat it out of you. Men, and then this Frieza force comes in and even shouts at this point, just like beep 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 ah, because Frieza's army is not that big. I mean, granted, he had overwhelming numbers in the Resurrection F movie and in the arc, but that's really all he had. Like none of the warriors except for a few were that impressive. Even Roshi was able to handle a good chunk of them. So they well, I can't say I'm surprised. If you were able to beat Vegeta so badly, then you must be quite impressive indeed. Yeah. Fortunately, I came prepared. Zarbon Dodoya, would you be so kind? Now, I actually can't remember if I had him accidentally killed Dodoya or Zarbon in the last one. If not, they're not going to handle this, bro. Let us take care of this, Goku. Guys, you take care of the big fish. Say, very well then. Let's see what you got. And they come in and quickly they're getting demolished. Good help is so hard to find. My guess is they probably wouldn't have been able to take you on anyway. You're hiding your powers, aren't you? As he pulls out a scatter. Please. If we're going to be honest with each other, let's at least be. I've been frank about my intent. Why don't you be frank about yours? Show me a little bit of what you're capable of. And to which Goku and Broly just stands like, fine. You want a taste of Frieza? Have a taste. It's like, and he powers up, and all of a sudden Frieza's like, what? How are they this strong? You're outmatched, Frieza. One and only chance. Warning, get off this planet now. To which Frieza actually just kindly gets out of his seat. Despite the fact he is nervous a little bit. Like, oh, you don't really know who you're up against. I'll give you a little secret there. Broly. Broly! Very sane indeed. And you, Goku. Less sane. I'll let you two in on a little secret. The form you see now isn't even my true form. It's a form I use to suppress my real power, so I don't end up just wasting all individuals around me. I'm sure you're curious to see what my full power would be like. Because the scouter broke. He knows that the level of power they have, second form probably isn't going to do it. You might actually just have to go immediately to his final form, or its original form, as we know. And admittedly, even though Goku and Broly are naturally peaceful, they still have that Saiyan itch to fight, and they're like, fine, show us what you got. Oh, with pleasure. Yeah. And he just starts going through his forms, and they can sense the power increase like immensely, and they're like, whoa. It's like, okay, this guy's not just messing around. He's like, that's better. I gotta get to my, because I can do most of the voices fine. It's like, first form Frieza's a bit more like, first form Frieza's a bit more like this. That's right, he's a bit more light when he talks, and I'm doing the abridged version. But then you go into second form Frieza, who's very deep and masculine. And then you go into third form Frieza, who sounds a bit more like this. And then finally you go into final form Frieza, who's a bit more menacing than even beyond the first form. So then, which one of you should I kill first? To which Frieza just suddenly disappears and reappears right behind Broly, but Broly quickly is like, boom! It's like, I see. So we're a bit more evenly matched now, are we, monkey? It's like, you want to help her out? I got this. It's like, oh, I see. Aren't we the cocky one? And then they're clashing for a little bit. Broly is just, mostly is like, very well. Once again, little secret time. I'm only using 1% of my power in this form. Let me show you what 50 can do. Yeah, I'm holding back a little. You're not the only one holding back. And to which, Broly just powers up to his Akari form, which I could argue is a bit more effective still, but he's still just, and he powers up. So he's at 22.5 million, to which can't even compete with Frieza Cell. And he's just starting to get beaten down. It's like, well, this has been fun, monkey, but now time to kill you. And then that other monkey of yours. And to which Goku, all of a sudden, powered up in Super Saiyan, which will make him as Namek levels, which is just what? It's like, we forgot him. Yeah, I didn't forget to mention this. Broly isn't just my friend. He's my brother, and there's no way I'm gonna let you take my brother, Frieza. And just starts, you bastard, and then just Goku just puts him in the ground. Now at this point, Vegeta and Nappa are just, and Rad's, it can't be. He can't be the legendary Super Saiyan. Damn it all. I'll kill you! And, Frieza's trying, and just Goku's smacking him down hard. And fortunately, again, while Goku's peaceful, being raised with Broly, especially as an older brother figure, has given him, at least a little hindsight to know, like, when I need to end an opponent. I don't like doing it, but I'll have to do it if I have to. And plus, if this guy could destroy the planet, I can't allow to say goodbye to your planet, monkey! It's like, no! So, to which Goku sees that, and he's like, no! And just stops the attack. Unfortunately, here's the thing. I don't know what would have happened if Goku tried to block that attack in the original series. That was not like a normal death ball he used. Because a normal death ball it looks basically like a sun. But the one he used, you remember what it looked like? It was like this crackling with purple lightning, black orb of death. Excuse me, a little stuff caught in my throat. Black orb of death. So, I don't know what technique that was. That was not a normal technique. Goku was able to get in the way of it. Unfortunately, he's not even able to block it. And he takes that. Goku just. And he gets up. And now, even though Frieza is far weaker than that attack, because he took the brunt of it, Goku is effed up at the moment. Like that, he's good and he can still fight, but damn it all. Damn it all. And to which Goku can still mostly take this guy on this form, but he's now in pain. Unfortunately, this gives Frieza time to power up. It's like, what? It's like, I told you I was only at 50% of my power. Now I'll show you my true power. And he powers up to his final form. Or his final level of power, and he's not Goku. Honestly, Goku and him Goku was still stronger. We know from the Daisenshu he was still stronger, but technically speaking, by watching, they were probably equal. Here, Goku is actually on back foot only because he's so injured at the moment. Granted, he's still strong enough that they can go clash toe-to-toe and get good shots in on Frieza, but if you're going to ask me who's actually winning the fight, Frieza's actually winning the fight at the moment. Goku has a Kamehameha! And he's like, yeah! And they blast, they beam struggle, and then, Goku goes flying back, and he actually goes out of Super Saiyan. Finally. Now, I can actually do the original dub Frieza voice. Finally, I'll kill all you Saiyans, but filthy monkeys on this planet, and then the Dragon Balls will be mine. So, but first, and Broly says, Goku! And to which Goku just looks at him, just kind of smiles like, you got this, bro. Pop goes to which he is like, how touching. But, unfortunately not good enough. And he just, does what he does to Vegeta, except point blank, Goku's like, and so again, Broly just, and you get that moment well, one down. Now for the other brother. And then he just starts walking over to him. And say, Goku? And, he throws him right in front, Goku! Hey, bro, Goku, it's gonna be okay. We'll get there, we'll get a sense of it. Right. Beat him, Broly. Remember, we have the Dragon Balls. For Bulma, Trunks, and Chi-Chi, Gohan, everyone, beat him. And then Goku goes it, and Broly's just, so it's time to end this, Broly. But I'll give you credit. Give you both credit. You were dangerous indeed. But as I've always said, there's nothing. The legendary Super Saiyan is nothing more than a myth. He just fires his beam and just Broly's. All of a sudden, the energy just starts to, and everyone's just like, what is this? And, Broly's going into his Ikari, but he's going beyond the Ikari. Just, just boom, the energy explodes. And there is Broly in his, because this is one thing, Broly's Super Saiyan was not the same Super Saiyan everyone else turned into, because he was already in the Ikari form. So Broly's standing there just, and just in his Ikari Super Saiyan form, which you add 50 times onto the 22.5 million. I think times 10 that real quick. Sorry, I'm doing the math real quick in my head here. If you times 2 that, and then 45. So you then do another 20 times 25. Yeah, Broly's power right now is hovering somewhere in the, doing a quick math in my head, actually like 1.3 billion range. And he just comes in and just boom, and then just boom, basically does what he did to Goku in the movie, just takes his head, just boom, basically keeps dragging him through the earth until he's nothing more than pulp. Just blasts him away. Then he just looks over to the Saiyan, the Frieza ship's like, Twitch does it. Twitch, we need to get out of here right now, get the ship going now. To which they are like, Broly's quickly coming over there, and he's just coming over, raging out. To which they realize we're not gonna have any time for Gene. He's got a blood ship. Get to the pods now! And they barely get to the pods before Broly just basically Godzilla's exists. Broly, Goku! To which Krillin, the gang finally get over there. Goku, Broly's just, Broly, it's okay, Broly! Broly's just, he's coming at us, move! And Broly's now just raging out. They're on the run, and Broly is following because because the one thing he's still able to identify is his brother's dead body, and they're taking his brother's body. It's like, go! And so they're and now Broly's coming after them as they're trying to, we need to do something fast. And that is where part 5 is going to end. Oh, cliffhanger time, baby, cliffhanger time. You know it, you love it, you want it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified, and I'll see you next time.